Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ako nga pala si Kuya Doc Ads and welcome to Super Math. Sa video ito, pag-uusapan natin kung paano tayo mag-a-add ng integers. Pero bago yun, kung bago pa lang kayo sa ating channel, huwag kalimutan mag-subscribe at panoorin yung ating mga previous videos. And don't forget to like them and share with your friends. Tara, umpisahan natin. Ang tinatawag na integer ay whole numbers na nasa set ng real numbers. Kasama nito yung 0, positive, at negative numbers. Kapag sinabi nating integers, kasama rito yung mga counting numbers o yung natural numbers, yung kanilang corresponding negatives, at yung 0. Hindi kasama sa integers yung mga fractions, such as 1/3, 1/2, 1/4, at yung mga decimals, like 1.07, 1.05. Sa madaling salita, yung integer, sila yung mga buong numero. Makikita natin dito yung number line. Sa number line, mapapansin natin na meron tayong positive, 0, and negative numbers. So yung from 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, yun yung mga positive numbers. O yung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hanggang sa mga susunod pa, ang positive numbers. Yung negative 1 hanggang sa mga susunod ay mga negative numbers. At nasa gitna nila yung 0. Ngayon, paano natin i-add yung mga integer? Meron tayong dalawang rules na kailangan tandaan. Yung unang rule, yung like sign rule. Sa pag-a-add ng mga integer having like signs, we have to add the numbers then copy the sign. Ang ibig sabihin nito, kailangan i-add muna natin yung mga number regardless dun sa kanilang sign. And then, sa bandang dulo, ilalagay natin yung kanilang symbol or sign, whether it is positive or negative. Sa second rule naman, or adding integers having unlike signs, we have to subtract the number with smaller absolute value from the number with greater absolute value, then copy the sign of the number with greater absolute value. Dito, kailangan nating kuhanin yung absolute value. At pag sinabi nating absolute value, ito yung magnitude simula dun sa 0 hanggang dun sa particular na number. Example, from 0 to negative 2, meron silang dalawang distansya. Therefore, yung absolute value ng negative 2 ay yung tinatawag na positive 2. Ganon din sa positive 2. Sa madaling salita, yung mga negative number, kapag kinonsider yung absolute value nila, ay magiging mga positive numbers. Let's try to have examples. Find the sum of the following integers. For rule number 1, remember, like sign rule, add the numbers, then copy the sign. We have 10 plus 25. So typically, what we're going to do is to add them together. Kasi sila naman ay parehas positive, so there's no need for us to put positive sign. So 10 plus 25 here is, of course, 35. Next, negative 3 plus negative 5, according to our rule, we have to add the numbers. 3 plus 5 is 8 and copy the sign. We have negative 8. Same as true with the next one, 9 plus or negative 9 plus negative 14 gives us negative 23. To continue, we have negative 103 plus negative 53. It gives us negative 156. And finally, negative 1,243 plus negative 543 gives us 1,786. And do not forget the negative before the number. Now let's move on to the second rule, the unlike sign rule. Take note that in the unlike sign rule, we have to subtract the number with smaller absolute value from the number with greater absolute value, then copy the sign of the number with greater absolute value. So kakailanganin natin yung absolute value. Sabi natin, yung mga negative number ay nagiging mga positive, yung absolute value. So we have the absolute symbol. So ito yung double bar natin. Yan, yung symbol ng absolute value. So negative 15, ang absolute value niya is positive 15. And then to get the absolute value of 5, we also have positive 5. And then the next thing that we have to do is to subtract 5 from 15. So 15 minus 5 is 10. And what we're going to do is to copy the sign of the number with greater absolute value. So dahil mas malaki yung absolute value ng negative 15, ang ating sagot ay magiging negative 10. Let's answer letter B. Sa letter B, we have negative 32 plus 55. So kukunin natin yung absolute value ng negative 32, which is 32. Then, absolute value of 55 is 55. And then, isusubtract natin silang dalawa. So, 55 minus 32 is equal to 23. At titignan natin kung ano yung sign ng mas malaking number o mas malaking absolute value. So dahil yung 55 yung mas malaking absolute value at siya ay positive, yung original number niya, then we have to copy positive sign. So we have positive 23. Moving forward with letter C, 23 plus negative 14. Uulitin lang natin yung proseso. Kukunin natin yung absolute value nilang dalawa. Negative 14. And then, isusubtract natin. So, 23 minus 14 gives us 9. Since mas malaki yung absolute value ng 23 sa negative 14, ang ating final answer ay positive 9. Sa letter D naman, sa letter D, we have negative 120. The absolute value is 120. And the absolute value of 531 is positive 531. And then we are going to subtract them. So 531 minus 120 gives us 411. And considering the greater absolute value, the final answer becomes positive 411. Finally, we have 520 plus negative 405. So, solve natin sila. We have to get, once again, the absolute value of 520, which is 520, and the absolute value of negative 405, which is positive 405. And then we subtract them. 520 minus 405 gives us 100 15. And since 520 has a greater absolute value than negative 405, the final answer is positive 115. So that's how we do addition of integers, like signs and unlike signs. There's a bonus question here that we will answer also. Nakalagay dito, two integers are added and resulted to negative 54. If the second integer is negative 25, what is the first integer? So ang tinatanong dito, ano yung first integer? Pwede tayong gumamit ng variable. So sa paggamit ng variable, pwede nating gamitin ang kahit anong letra sa alphabet. So let's use A. As let A be the first integer. Yan. So ang sabi, two integers are added and resulted to negative 54. Pag pinag-add daw natin yung dalawang integer, ang sagot ay negative 54. Kung yung second integer is negative 25, ano daw yung unang integer? So, gawa tayo ng number sentence. So, we have A plus negative 25 equals negative 54. So, A plus negative 25 equals negative 54. Dito, gagamitan natin siya ng isolation system. Ibig sabihin, i-isolate natin yung variable sa kaliwa o sa kanang bahagi ng equation. So, dahil nasa left-hand side na siya, iiwan na natin siya doon. So, lahat ng number na kasama niya ay kailangan mawala. So, yung negative 25, para mawala, is we have to put positive 25 or the corresponding additive inverse. So, kung nagdagdag kayo ng positive 25 doon, magdadagdag din kayo ng positive 25 sa kabila. Yan. So, yung negative 25 plus positive 25 will give us 0 value. So, therefore, A is equal to negative 54 plus 25, applying our second rule, unlike sign. So, we will have negative 29. And this is now our first number. Or first integer. If we're going to check, let's try to check if our answer is correct. So we have negative 29 plus negative 25 using our first rule of addition of integers. So we have to add them together. So we have 54 and copy the sign, which is negative. And finally, we showed that our answer is correct. I hope makatulong sa inyo itong ating ginawang simpleng video about addition of integers. At kung meron pa kayong mga request na iba pang mga video, just type your requested video o the comment section below. And do not forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel. Muli, welcome to Super Math at ako si Kuya Doc Ads. Maraming salamat!